Sermon on Matthew 2:19-23. In Gospel of Matthew 2:19-23, the evangelist records the return of the child Jesus from Egypt after the death of Herod. The narrative is brief, yet it is dense with covenantal meaning and prophetic fulfillment. Matthew continues to show that the life of Jesus unfolds according to the determined plan of God, in harmony with Israel's scriptures and in continuity with her story. The passage begins, "But when Herod was dead." This refers to Herod the Great, whose reign was marked by paranoia, political maneuvering, and violence. His attempt to extinguish the promised king failed. Death silenced him, but it did not silence the purposes of God. The tyrant falls, the covenant stands. An angel of the Lord appears again to Joseph in Egypt, declaring, "They are dead which sought the young child's life." The language echoes the words spoken to Moses in Midian in Exodus 4:19. Matthew is deliberately drawing a parallel between Moses and Jesus. As Moses returned from exile to deliver Israel from bondage, so Jesus from Egypt as the greater deliverer. The child's journey traces the pattern of Israel herself, down into Egypt, out again by divine command. Joseph obeys and brings the child and his mother into the land of Israel. Yet upon hearing that Archelaus reigns in Judea in place of his father Herod, he fears to go there. Archelaus, historically known for his brutality, continued the violent tendencies of his father. Warned again in a dream, Joseph turns aside into the region of Galilee and settles in a city called Nazareth. Here Matthew makes a striking statement. That it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophets, he shall be called a Nazarene. Unlike earlier citations, Matthew does not quote a single identifiable verse. Instead, he refers broadly to the prophets. The fulfillment here is thematic rather than verbal. Nazareth was an obscure and insignificant town in Galilee. It carried no royal prestige. In John's Gospel, Nathanael asks, "Can any good thing come out of Nazareth?" The association with Nazareth thus signified lowliness and reproach. The prophets had long foretold that the Messiah would be despised and rejected. Isaiah spoke of the servant as one with no form nor comeliness, despised and esteemed not. The royal son of David would not appear in splendor, but in humiliation. There is also likely a wordplay at work. The Hebrew term netzer, branch, in Isaiah 11 verse 1, speaks of a shoot coming forth from the stump of Jesse. The Messiah is the branch, small, seemingly insignificant, yet divinely appointed. Matthew sees in the name Nazareth a fitting echo of this prophetic hope. The branch grows not in Jerusalem's courts, but in a humble village of Galilee. Thus the return from Egypt, the avoidance of Judea under Archelaus, and the settlement in Nazareth are not random movements. They are providentially ordered steps in the unfolding of redemptive history. Jesus embodies Israel's story, fulfills the law and the prophets, and takes upon himself the condition of the lowly and despised. Matthew's narrative emphasizes continuity. What God spoke beforehand, he now brings to pass. The Messiah stands at the intersection of promise and fulfillment. The exile motif, the new Moses pattern, the branch of Jesse, and the theme of rejection converge in this quiet relocation to Nazareth. The child who returns from Egypt is the true son. The one who dwells in Nazareth is the promised king. The scriptures, long proclaimed through the prophets, find their realization not in the halls of power, but in the hidden life of a Nazarene.